Hey everybody, my name is G Brown, G Brown the Lifestyle Changer. And if you are tuning in on the replay, we're saying hello. Who are you, sir?
Frederick Brown, the husband,
All right. And what are they doing? Hanging with
hanging
the
with the
Brown.
Brown.
That's right. So listen,
Lunch.
a late lunch with the Browns. So listen real quick. Uh, we had two shows this week. And let me see what that looked like. There we go. That's who we are. We had two shows this week. I'm trying not to talk too loud because that grand legacy in there, taking a nap. And I was so proud because we had some questions, but I am so proud of you, happy that you came out with the cholesterol question as your first one. I love that. And then let me tell you what else I loved, how he shared about the industry. And then he also gave me the links. What was it, 2016 in the American Journal of Medicine or something like that? Well, we have those links in the description of this video. So tell me what you
And I
think.
don't, I don't, I don't think you mentioned his name, but you're talking about Dr. Chapin. You just started and you didn't say his name. I don't think you said his name. Maybe I missed
I
it.
didn't.
But
I didn't.
but
I
yeah,
didn't.
Dr. Chapin. He provided us with a plethora of information. And if you watched any of his shows, you'll know that that's what he does all the time. And we just felt honored to have him on our show and to share that information in more of a personal setting for us. So that was really invaluable. And like you said, one of the I think main questions that people ask um, when it comes to this style of eating is how is the cholesterol? And there's so many myths. You can go on YouTube and there are many doctors that have debunked that myth. But Dr. Chapey, as you said, came on and he provided us with the literature for uh, you to be able to go and do your own research. And he just talked about, how that whole thing came about and the fraud behind it and how we've been misled for many, many years. And you know, and we're slowly but trying to uh, correct this myth. But it's painstakingly slow, because the predominant people out there still believe it. It's like most times someone tells a lie. Whenever the truth comes out, they very seldom go back and try and correct that lie, with the truth. And I think that's what we found ourselves in. And it's all based on this. It's all about money. So even though some know the truth, many don't want the truth out because they're still making tons of money hand over fist. And and that's what it's all about. So we um, are just trying to do our small part in helping to educate people and educate them on the big lie, you know, um, and how it affects us health wise.
We just said something when you were over here. What was it that we had said? And I said, well, it goes against everything that we've been
Mm,
taught. We just, what was it?
yeah,
Because a lie
I remember.
is spring to the top. A truth comes back in a whisper.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't remember exactly what
I,
we're talking about.
yeah, I'll think of it
It,
because,
it eluded me
J-
right now, so it'll probably come back.
AB dog. Yeah, because it's more of people. You just have to think almost the opposite. If they're really pushing it, like right now, they ready to shut carnivores down uh, from spreading it, but being vegan and so on and so forth. For somewhere we've placed some vegans way at the top because, honey, people are proud to say, "Oh, I'm a vegan," and it's like, ooh, and then people start feeling shame. Yeah, but I still eat meat. No, the shame part is the other stuff that you're eating. It's
Yeah.
not so much the your vegetables and all of that. And then somebody, oh, the moment they say fish, oh, what about the mercury? What about this? What about the pesticides? What about the fact that most of the fruits and vegetables are genetically modified and they don't hold the nutritional value like they used to? Let's take it even to another stage. The ground itself is not holding the nutrients like it used to. And so, with that being said, so much uh, pollutants and pesticides and all this other stuff. So, if you didn't get a chance to see that interview with Dr. Chafee, I even asked him about alcohol and THC and people that don't know what THC. We talked CBD. We talked about all of that.
Yeah.
uh, and then Monday evening we had our the ladies. Hey, Rhonda.
Yep.
Yep.
Shayla said that when Dr. Shafer talked about killing the environment,
Yeah.
to your point, he said that there are like 50 life cycles left of I guess the earth, replenishing the earth before, it's no longer fruitful for us. So something got to change. 50 years from now, we'll be 110, probably on our
I'll
way out.
still be here.
Yeah, we'll be on our way out at that point. So, probably got another 10 years left after that. So
You
I think
you
we'll be
gonna leave me
okay.
there if you want to. I'm sticking around, honey. You can't
Yeah.
tell me. I often thought about that, especially, okay, you start turning 40, then 50, and then this year I'll be 60. And it's like, uh, how many, uh, how many more summers do I have? And then you start looking at your parents, and it's like, wait a minute, how many more? Since the carnivore diet, I feel like I am aging in reverse. And excuse me, I see me 100 and moving around. There's nothing that I can do about an accident or anything like that. Slip and fall. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. So, uh,
Yeah, B dog. Yeah.
what
Look at what he said. He said his doctor told him that he need to go plant based. And yeah,
he said, his doctors are Dr. Berry, Dr. Chafee, and
yeah,
Dr. Hampton. I'm telling you, and we touched on that as well Monday. Later in our evening show with the ladies, that's one of the things that we were talking about is how these doctors and I know I've seen Dr. Chafee on other channels, and the person barely had 100 subscribers, but he is willing to get everything out. I
mhm,
love that he don't care if the audience is of one. One of the comments that came back when Dr. Hampton, when they did the meet and greet in Chicago, Dr. Hampton came in and just poured into the people. Dr. Berry comes on, doesn't matter which channel that they are on, they just pour into the people. So you don't get a whole hour to ask questions and dissect and talk about your own primary care physician and try to run into them outside. You run into them at the grocery store. How long you think they're gonna be standing there with you pushing a buggy and they trying to get their groceries and keep going? Even in the room. Now, I will say this about my physician, and that's the reason why she falls so far behind, because she gives you her time. And that one I can say in regards to power.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree with that. Oftentimes I've seen in the past where you visit a doctor and it's all about how many patients they can see. That's how they do their billing. So it's about getting them in, getting them out. But our primary care physician does take her time with you. You don't feel rushed. And we just have to try and slip her some of Dr. Chafee and some of Dr. Kim Berry and Dr. Hampton's information and let her do
Yeah,
her
well,
own
see,
research.
well, you remember when I did, we recorded my last doctor's appointment, and it's time, y'all, the office keep calling me to go in and do some more blood work. But then after talking to Dr. Chafee and finding out that, because I said, okay, well, how many days should I fast to really get a good blood work? And that was another thing. Whatever you were doing, you need to keep doing. But then there has been a big change because I have not had carbohydrates. I've been eating meat, meat based. And so I don't even know what these next numbers would say. But the messed up part is that I'm in the system. That's the
Yeah,
messed up part. I'm
yeah,
in the system. So look, they like this on my next blood work with your company and the insurance people.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's something we got to do in regards to you know, getting health care through the company. Again, that's nationwide, corporate wide, and that's what they believe until it comes from down above that these things no longer matter. Then we got to still do it, but we can still do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that we got to take the medication that's prescribed. Um, we can't get kicked off insurance for doing that, for not doing it, I should say. Um, so, no, babe. Yeah, one of the things that when you were talking about um, the fasting, um, Dr. Chafee mentioned that it's more important to be consistent with what you do prior to taking your test. It's the consistency that really matters, and that's the only way you can judge if there has been any major changes. Even
Mhm.
though you might say the total cholesterol count doesn't matter, but if you're consistent with how you measure it, then that's the only thing that they'll be able to use to say that whether there is or isn't a change, a significant change, and that's one way for you to monitor the change. Because exercising before, he said having sex, the day before can impact um, um, the results and any physical activity. So,
Now
we
just
just have to remember.
think about all them times before I get ready to go to the doctor and you be chasing me around the house.
Well, that means you got to keep it up. You just got to keep doing that. You
That's
just
the
can't
same
change
thing I
it.
gotta keep
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, you're gonna be consistent.
Right.
You just gotta keep doing it. That's all that means. Yeah, don't stop now. You can't stop now because you got to compare it
Whatever,
to what it was
man.
last time.
Whatever. I think that's what I love about and here's another thing. Wait a minute. And I cannot say because it was like that because I've been in some vegan groups and stuff like that. And everyone, when something starts working for them, they will, share it. And so, flaxseed, that's what it is. So they have I want y'all to look up on TikTok about flaxseed Botox.
Mhm.
Okay. So for those that don't know, and I was actually going to do it. Um, for YouTube is where you take a cup of flaxseed and 3 cups of water and bring it to a boil. I forgot how long you got to boil it for. It might be 10 minutes. I don't remember. I'll go back and look before I do it. And so once that cool and you strain it, the what was the water now is this thick gel. And they said take that, put it across your face, right? Let it dry, and then remove it, and your skin tightens up. I thought that was like pretty cool. I said, I'm gonna try that. Okay. Botox, I ain't got a problem with that. And then they say later on that you can put makeup on and all this other stuff, but I would do that on the days that I'm going makeup free. How many of us used to eat flax seeds in a smoothie? And if that stuff is whipping up, making it, what was that doing to our insides? Who is it because someone didn't die? See, somebody messed with poison ivy and some stuff happened, right? But just because you didn't, why we keep putting everything in our bodies like that?
Here,
I,
here's the thing. Here's the
and
thing. I'm say, baby, to your point. Here's the thing, though. The reason why is because it's been deemed as there's an acceptable amount of these harmful chemicals. So an acceptable amount, which means, you know, not like doing heroin where, you're gonna have immediate results and you can probably die, just from that first use. But it's something that'll take years to really see the effects of it. And in the meantime, what's happening? You're going to the doctor, you're spending money, you're just caught up in this cycle of relinquishing all of your money to the medical industry, to the pharmaceutical industry. So that's basically why they get away with that crap. That's why they can do the flaxseed, because the long-term effect, before you find out what's really going on, you can't sue them. You can't prove it was because of that, you know. So we can just protein treatment.
right. No, I'm talking about pursuit. I'm speaking more of, this is something that it made a gel. It did all of these different things. Why are we trying to ingest it? Period. That's what I'm saying. Somewhere, um, and everybody look to kind of make a buck on something. When you really look into making your own almond milk versus the store bought, scientists can hit that almond flavor or whatever it is that they need, and now they end up with the vanilla. They use like some of the shells, the little skin on the outside of the almond, some broken pieces, and pretty much the residue. And then they add all that other stuff, and they turned around and made almond milk from the residue. And look how much they charge you for it. Everything just really goes back to money. It really, really does. And it's like, follow the money. And you want to know what's good for you? It's the things that they're not pushing. I mean, okay, people started getting real excited about juice shots, and especially during 2020. I ordered some from a girl in Florida, but I knew her. And so we started doing, remember, I would do the ginger, pineapple, and mainly just those two right there, the ginger and the pineapple. And then it's a lot of other stuff. And now you go into the store and now you can find all of that, because it's like, okay, this is something that they're doing. This is what we're pushing. I'm waiting for um, a carnivore food truck. Which one of y'all want to do this? I just saw a food truck on Marketplace for sale for like $4,500. It had everything already in it.
Well, you got to get more people in this community right now, because even though there are many non-carnivores out there, they do like meat. But then, if they're not carnivore, they're going to be looking for that other stuff that you're not going to have. So that's going to hurt you, you know, from a business standpoint, I think.
No,
So,
you just get your meat and you the same way I do everybody else. Bring your own sides.
no, babe, that
No,
ain't gonna work. No, that ain't gonna work. They're gonna be looking for a one-stop shop. That's not gonna work. So you just think about you. What would you do?
see, B Dog was saying, look, that Cassie from Carnivore Quest talked about a food truck. I'm telling you, I really did. I thought about where you can just come, and I do know people want other stuff, but it's like, but you're not using all the seasonings and all that other stuff. I don't know. Gosh, but it was
Again,
really,
again, I mean, I like the idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that I don't know that there's enough people right now to support not being able to buy a soda pop, not being able to buy some sides along with that meat that they're getting from you. They might take the attitude, well, I gotta go over there and get a soda. Well, I gotta go over there and get this or get that side. That doesn't make sense. I don't want to deal with you guys.
There you go. We just got to have carnivore, all meat, only meat, or the only meat truck, something like that. And it's like only meat. Oh, what is that? Yeah. Wait a minute. So y'all selling hot dogs and no bun?
Right, right, right,
Yeah, no
right,
ketchup. You got none of that.
right, right.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. You even
Right.
though even though that might be the way we eat and what we do, but unless you're in this community, you don't feel that way.
I know. Hey, Robin, how are you? I know.
It's kind of
It's
funny, but
just
you don't
like,
feel that way.
yeah, I could just see it. Forget the fact when you try to talk to someone and tell them about carnivore, and they like, so you don't eat no vegetables? And
Yeah,
it's like, no, just meat.
yeah.
No fruit, no bread. And why was people get like slightly retarded when you start saying that? So now let's take it to the food truck that they go up there and say, give me 2 hot dogs, and then you just put the hot dog over in the thing. And they're like, I mean, y'all ain't got no bread. Now, I don't want to. Girl, it say carnivore. It say only meat.
Oh God, that's funny. I think about it. That's really funny.
Wait,
Mm.
what is a carnivore bun?
I ain't fooling with Bliss.
I know it.
Yeah.
What it, for those that don't know, look, our favorite carnivore. Okay, you gonna
Hey,
have to. We're gonna talk about that bliss. We're gonna bless somebody. Yep, some eggs. We have plenty boiled
side of
eggs.
eggs. Share a
Wait,
side of eggs.
wait, no,
Yeah.
that 3 eggs come with everything. Wait, another side could be them little miniature hot links. Let me see,
Mm.
Costco, Aldi. I don't even know.
Killing me.
Oh, look, they coming up with some stuff.
Egg yolk,
Yeah,
chapel
see,
buns.
that's like extra stuff. That's extra stuff. That's like okay, that's stuff they're gonna have to fix at home. Well, I guess that would make the food truck if you could turn. Oh God, okay.
Need Robin in charge of that then.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
now it's people out here that you got a couple of because I don't want it to be. Oh, well, I guess it could do well if I said ketovore, um, and just had like some meat choices. They had a few other little things for those that just had to have it. I guess. I don't know, but that would be nice where I could trust stopping someplace and knowing there's no seed oil, uh, and kind of know that what you're getting. Let me see. Yeah,
Yeah.
Liz is saying it doesn't take long to do the extra. Yeah, I
Well,
listen. B
yeah,
dog. There are some people that have to be lying. Speaking of. During the month of February. Those that want, that's tomorrow, guys. Starts February 1st to do the lion diet for those 29 days. But I actually started yesterday because I was going to fast at the first for 5 days. I had committed to do that. I did it in January and I was going to do it in February. But then I said, we have something to do Saturday. So I pushed it back. The fast was supposed to start yesterday. And I actually started it and felt horrible.
and then
Mhm.
we finished the story. Then I got home and I smelled food. I'm like, have you eaten? And it was too
Look,
late for me to go anything to eat because I was only fasting because of you. I was only fasting because of you. Trying to find out you jumped off the fast without telling me.
well, no, let me tell you, because y'all, let me just help y'all out. Element came out with the little chocolate trio, right? And for those that order Element, I think on a regular basis, at least, Element sent out just like a drug dealer, the little sample pack, right? So you had one of each. But I ain't do that. I said, you know what? My grandkids, the legacies, they like chocolate, and if I just had to have something, so I ordered a box. There are 3 flavors in there. Uh, I'm trying. Okay, so there are 3 flavors in there. The first is a chocolate raspberry. And let me tell you what that reminded me of. I think it's called Brookshire, where you can get the dark chocolate covered over raspberries and stuff like that. That so when I say it reminds me of it, so it's the after flavor, right? So you'll drink it, it's good, and afterwards it's like, it's almost like I had a Brookshire dark chocolate. Now the other one is mint. That ain't number the thin mint Girl Scout cookie. Soon as you drink that in, I started rubbing my tongue around to get the cookie out my teeth because that's what it reminded me of. And then they have the chocolate chai. That, oh my God, that was mine. I heated that junk up, put a little heavy whipping cream in it, and it was like a flavored hot chocolate for me. And I did that so much over the last couple of weeks. I know that I did, and so my whole insides to me was
So
it's
in
really good.
summation, you're saying that exorbitant
I ain't
amount of
saying nothing. I
stevia,
told
that's exorbitant amount of stevia is what gave you those sugar-like cravings, and
yes.
it
So
caused you to
yesterday when I started
more.
for the fast, it was um yeah, I actually had to take 2 pills to stop the acid in my stomach because it was playing its own. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then it wasn't even a part about being weak. I I really don't get hungry, but I craved food. And I said, okay, well, because of that, uh, what I did was I went to the and Rhonda, you guys might want to do this too. Uh, I went and got the individual from Walmart. It's 75.25. It's in the orange pack of the individual hamburgers. And so I can pop one of them in and add some extra tallow to it and pour it all over into the bowl and break that up and eat it. And that was good. So
Yeah.
I've only had beef. So technically, my lion diet actually started yesterday. And I just figured that because I'm really not going to take things in, I have to listen to my body on this one. And I really jacked it up with that sweets. And I just didn't feel like going through, especially. Um,
Rhonda, uh, Rhonda, you and Robin, both of you, um,
wait, let me see what
try.
this one
Do you
says.
like do you like the unflavored raw element? That's the only one that I drink. Because those flavored ones, yeah, I like the
I'm
taste,
just
but
telling everybody what they
they
taste
mess
like.
me up. They mess me up.
Yeah, well, I'll say this too. Even with the uh when you make ghee, I will never buy ghee from the store again. Because I don't know what how they cook pull that stuff out, but they I don't know the flavor. Or maybe they don't have salt. I don't know what it is. It's just the 2 brands that I've had over time just was not good. And then on one of our live shows on Monday, uh I made ghee and the part that you pull out of it. Now that reminds me of a Heath candy bar, the toffee of a Heath candy bar. Now that's what that reminds me of. But uh, I just have to do something different. That I do, and so I'm looking forward to this month of the Lion Diet. Monday's show that we have at 7 p.m. Frederick won't be here, and I am going to do uh, my measurements. I'm gonna do them live right over there. Take my measurements. Y'all get to see because I ain't never been one to hide. I ate it. I did it. It's me. And what you gonna do? Well, you gonna beat me up because this is what I weigh, this is what I look like. Yeah, so I'm not even worried about that. So I always share numbers. That's why I say I'm excited about turning 60. I don't know what I weigh right now. Good afternoon, Desiree. Let me see.
Yeah, let me address B Dog here. He said he's going out of town in February, and he says it's going to be tough. He'll probably do B, and E. So I guess he's talking about not being able to maintain the carnivore diet while you're out of town. Um, as a matter of fact, next week I'll be going on next week myself, and I don't waver from the carnivore diet because I'm out of town. I think that if there's some options out there, and I don't know B Dog, but I know with me, I don't have a problem with eating the same food multiple days in a row. I know my wife does, but I don't. So push come to shove, I'm telling you, man, those hamburgers at Wendy's, I might get 6 or 8 of them, and because I only do one OMAD, so 6 or 8 of them will take me through to the next day. You know, um, but and it's
Listen,
reasonably priced.
I think that because we was talking about February that
Right.
we starting the lion diet, and he was saying that he's going to be trapped. And I'll be honest, I don't know how I would want to do that if there was a lot of traveling, even though it can be done. That's, I think, the big thing is when we get into social settings for the carnivore diet, and sometimes you want to participate, excuse me, in the social part of it and not seem like the outsider. So a lot of times it can just be the glass that you have. If they're drinking wine, drink your water out of a wine glass. If that's what it is that you need to do. If it something, then add a dash of color to it. Put some make your water. Get you a little mug and make yours hot, and add some butter to it, and you can sip from there as well. So it's like there are ways, and I know like going out, there's a lot to do in regards to that. So you can either eat prior to, get an appetizer, the side shrimp or something like that off of the menu. So there's a few things that you can do.
Yeah, I hear I hear you,
Yeah,
B
from
Dog.
the
I hear
family.
you. I hear you.
Yeah.
And we've been in a similar situation, and I think we've shared on some of the episodes where, my wife and I uh, frequently have these
We're gonna be
events.
at one
As
Saturday.
a matter of fact, yeah, with family members. But after you do it a few times, they all know. As a matter of fact, now my sister, when she organizes these events, she makes sure it's somewhere that we can go and eat. So I mean, they accept it. And it
Yeah.
could take a little time. And as long as you're not trying to pressure them to do it, they'll probably respect what you're doing. It's
Yeah,
just
but then once again, it is and I think for me it has to do with, I just think about the pain. I don't know what's going to trigger it.
mm.
And then I'm out, and then this ends up happening to me. And was it really worth it? Because now there's, other stuff. But with him traveling, BBBE is pretty good because you
Mm.
could do one morning steak and eggs, the next morning bacon and eggs, the next morning sausage and eggs. So you can still participate in the breakfast aspect of it. Um, and you can boil some eggs, throw that
But you
over.
know what? Let me say something about the eggs, though. You're right, though, babe. But what I find that when I eat eggs, for some reason, the next morning I get a little hunger pain. I feel a little
Mhm.
hunger pain when I eat eggs. If I don't eat them, I don't feel it. But when I do, I feel it. Because normally I don't eat one egg. I think Bliss said she didn't have that issue. But I know I'll eat maybe 5 or 6 boiled eggs or 5 or 6 scrambled eggs, and the next day I'm like, man, I feel a little hungry. You
But
know.
here's the thing, there's a difference in having a little pain, little discomfort, than feeling hangry.
Right, right, right. No, no, you're
I
right. I
think
agree.
now, yeah,
I'm not
so
hangry.
you could just
Yeah.
turn. Right. You would just turn around and drink a little
Right.
water or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that did kind of subsided for a minute until you go. For me, that's not what I feel. It'll be one of those, do I need to get somewhere and sit down? Oh my God, my energy level. So for me, that's how it turns around and hit.
Yeah.
So for any of you that want to join us during the month of February for the Lion Diet, when I say Frederick already Lion, every blue moon, he'll do some bacon egg, but overall, he does a ribeye, and there you go. Um, but the ladies, the panel, for those that don't know, Laura, she's already a lion, and Rhonda started the lion with her husband, but I don't know. Eventually, she kind of like fell back from that, and then
Trying to get you on there.
oh, well, all you had, go back to the other one. Now, take my picture and slide it over.
Oh, to the other position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead. I gotta move, but forget it. Forget it. I'm just gonna move. Now
No, I
do it.
just did it. There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, well,
Because
you got off camera altogether. Anyway.
that's what I said.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, I
But
said my battery's about to die.
yeah, no, he need to be on camera. Y'all know about my husband some very heated socks. And so, because his little feet was cold, so he up there recharging his socks. But anyway, if you guys would like to join us and pursue bliss later, you can let me know why you don't season. Well, you just said salt. We'll talk about it when we interview. Well, there you go. You back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
just put the mouse over the face and drag it where you want. Oh yeah, so
Okay.
let me finish. You're right, Rhonda. So but when we shared with Rhonda, because she was actually just doing it by herself, her husband, not with the ladies. And so when I had turned around, okay. When I had turned around and
Hold on. We gotta answer this one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish, man.
okay, uh and when she found out that the entire panel, because even Rebecca's going to do it, because Rebecca was talking about how she had family there. Okay, hold on, little Gip. All right, we're gonna address that. The lion's diet is ruminant meat, salt, and water. So beef, but let's just think about it because this is one of the things I had talked about. Um, so I have some ground beef, the 70. I'm used to saying 70/30 because some of them say 73, some say 75, but the fattest one. Um, I've been saving tallow from me doing my beef and lamb. And what I do with that is I save that, mix it all together, put it into a container. Now I use that because it's seasoned. I use that on top of whatever it is that I'm doing, or I get some hot water, take a spoon of it, mix it in there, add a little salt, drink it like a broth. So I'm more of a lamb person. Uh, so I'll mix together some ground lamb, some ground beef. I'm going to go over there to the store and look for a goat. So goat, lamb, venison, deer, red meat
Yup.
is what you
Yeah.
want
All of it.
to eat. Uh, so chicken is not red meat. As a matter of fact, they even tell you on a commercial, pork is the other white meat. So that's not red meat. And the same thing with your bacons and fish and all of that. So we'll stick with that. And uh, that's the meat aspect. You can, the goal is to, for like most people, kind of eat once a day. But for me, it'll be more than. So I have beef tips that I can do. You have cook a pot roast. You can have shredded beef, um, steaks. But I know I'm gonna tear up a lot of hamburger meat. At
Right,
some
right, right.
point, I will.
Let's address this one. Let's
Yeah.
address this one. I see Bliss responded to her, and Bliss is right. She you always have to factor in an emotional component when it comes to cravings. But let's go back to the question though. I do agree. The reason I want to address this one is because she says that she's been carnivore for 10 months. So here's the thing that I really want you to take a look at, Tanyika. Hope I
Oh
said your name right.
Lord, here we go.
What? No, here's the thing, because I believe that if you're having cravings after 10 months, you're getting some sugar that's creeping in somewhere in something that you're eating, right? And you may think that you're doing everything right and proper, but you need to really look at some of these ingredients. I don't know what you eat, but that would be the first thing that I would consider if I were you, especially being carnivore for 10 months. If you, because we've only been carnivore for 8 months, I don't get sugar cravings, except for when I do something that has some sweetness in it, like the element, those kinds of things, the stevia, the artificial flavoring. Those things will bring up a hunger sensation for me. But if you are strictly carnivore, you shouldn't get those after 10 months. And if you are, you really need to take a closer look at what you're eating.
It's not even about to eat. It could be what she's drinking. Um,
Drinking, absolutely. Whatever you're taking into your body, absolutely,
the
absolutely.
element, because that's one of the things that we talk
Mhm.
about. Well, I won't even call it element. I'll just say electrolytes. If there is anything added, if you're adding something to your water, a lot those things can kind of creep in. If you're doing coffee and creamer, not necessarily the sugar, but we have some electrolytes that some of the packs have. There it is.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
That's it right
Diet,
there. But
diet soda. Oh,
you got to drink water, baby.
because the diet soda says there's no sugar, right? But look at the ingredients. You do have artificial flavoring, artificial sugars. Beware of anything that says artificial flavoring.
Or
Arti-
no, the new one is natural. Wait, what
Natural
is?
flavors.
Yeah,
That's your.
natural flavors.
That's it, Tanyika.
Yeah,
If I said
that's
your
the
name right,
umbrella
that's it.
or whatever junk they want to put in it. But yes, ma'am, you gotta let that carbonation
Got
in
it.
that soda go. So
Yeah.
one of the things that I could, because I don't know how difficult it'll be, but try some club soda. Uh, Shayla, you can do it, girl. We doing it together. And then wait a minute, I said I picked February, but I forgot this was a leap year, so it's still 29 days. And so you just treat yourself afterwards to a seafood boil. Just don't do the potatoes and the corn. Or treat yourself, to some fish. But keep in mind, you get to do beef liver, not chicken liver, beef liver, so you can still get in your organ meat. If you have a meat grinder, you can grind that up on top of. Now, I'm going to tell you now, if you do, um, for the sake of sizes, I'm talking about a pack of hamburger meat, yay big is what. So you'll get them like this. They're about that thick. You can get your hamburger meat and lamb. If you do that, I don't do a 50-50. I do more of a 70-30, 30% lamb, because there's a wild game flavor with that. But when you do that, if you've ever had gyro sandwiches. Some people say gyro, but it's a gyro. You can, it gives that type of flavor. Someone sent me a message and said for me to, because a lot of people haven't had lamb, and how do I prepare it? And so I'm going to actually do that. This will be a perfect time of how I do my lamb. And a biggest thing is the tallow. Whenever you're doing something, if I smoke my beef and put it into a pan and let it sit, all of that good dripping down in there, right? So take the meat on out, and that now is what I use. So if you pop up the I can show you. Go and talk to the people. Let me go grab my bowl. I'm finna show them.
All right, what am I talking to the people about? All right, so anyway, Tanyika, please try to let go of the diet sodas,
I'm
and
back.
I think you're gonna find that's gonna make all the difference in the world for you.
So
And
this bowl here, this has my tallow from when I did my smoked meat, where I had smoked the lamb ribs. I did some other stuff, and this is what it looks like, right? So when I say that I pull in even that little juice from the bottom, the little gel. So this bowl, what I'm going to do is I'm letting it really get at room temperature. I'm going to put the blender in there and I'm going to blend this. Honestly, and if somebody said this, and I promise you, I was like, there's no way. But if you blend this up and get you a spoon and start eating it, some people call it the carnivore mashed potatoes. When I say to you that this is really delicious, it is. So I always say this. Right now I'm trying to let it get room temperature so I can get my mixer and do that. And then I'm going to take that, put it in a bowl. Now, as I continue to cook, I'll scoop that and drop. That'll become extra fat. It's not going to go to waste. I've also done some beef bone broth. Hold up. I'll show that. Keep talking, baby.
okay, I ain't keep talking about this subject. That you're the one that does all the cooking when it comes to those types of things. But you know, you've proven that it really works, and
Okay, here we go.
it really works. But
Now, this is eight cups. This is 8 cups Pyrex one. And you can see the gel move because I left it out. At the very bottom, that's the bone marrow and everything, because this cooked for 2 days. And you can see the thick, I took the spoon back, the thick tallow on the top. You see how thick that is? That would be, I would take that tallow. You know what, girl, that's how I am. That I take that and I'll use a little bit of the liquid. It's liquid now, it was gel. I use a little bit of that and I'll mix that together. Now down at the bottom is the tallow, the bone marrow, but I also put a piece of beef liver in it. And so when I went, I broke everything up. When you hit the bones, they were crushing in my hands, and I did all of that. And now that's what's down at the bottom. This now, I call it carnivore tea, but I can turn around and take that, get a scoop of it, get that collagen off the bottom, and drink that. This is all beef as well. So for the month of February, those that would like to, okay, I've been trying this. It's taking us to another level. You had November, December, ain't no telling what we were doing around that, time. Some people kind of fell off. Some people got back on. And then in January, the ladies and I, that's some of the stuff that we had talked about and trying to move forward in the 2024. Well, now we're coming up on February. So a lot of your churches and everything did some type of fasting during that time. Well, now I'm pulling it to February. I've never done the lion diet. Frederick is Frederick is 95% lion. Like I said, about maybe once a month, he'll have some bacon and eggs with me on a Sunday or Saturday morning or something like that. Other than that, that man is beef, salt and water, because he doesn't eat lamb and stuff the way that I do. And so he don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I eat pork. Baby, I eat corned beef. I done fried up some bologna. Boar's head, even though they hot dogs is $9 a pack, but they had no sugar in it. Them jokers, I fry those up with some eggs. So I'll do all of that. but I'm going to take myself to another level because for my body, I feel that as I lost, I had stuff locked up in some fat cells. And so here we are 200 and something days later, and I'm feeling like it's time to push myself to something else. I'm stagnant right now. And so that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing on the panel. So all the ladies, Rhonda is rejoining us. Robin is doing the lion diet. Rebecca, that's what I was saying. She had family to visit. Her mom and stuff was there. And what do grandmamas do when they come to visit the grands? They want to bake. Well, now the whole family is carnivore. So they were finding different things. So they were so-called, having more cheat days where they involved dairy. And she said she's feeling some kind of way. So baby, Shayla, we finna do this thing, honey. So go on, prepare yourself. Think about for going to work. One of the things that I can suggest to you is in your ground beef, you can make yourself some little meatballs if you choose to, bite size. You could do steak bites, lamb bites.
So
You
what
could
about
have
your condiments? What about your condiments? You're not gonna add any condiments, right? You're just
my
doing
little
salt.
mustard and stuff. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it'll just now hold up.
I told you you need to stop that. That's a problem. You think it's not, but it's a problem.
Hold up. The one thing where I am and I'm like 80% that I will give up hot sauce.
You mean for the month or you mean period? You're just talking for the
The
month.
month. The month. That's about
I'm just
what
trying
I
to help
need.
you reach a goal, baby. That's all. I'm just trying to help you reach a goal. Cause
There's so many other goals that I like.
okay, well that's fine.
You
That's
don't
fine.
want to help with them?
Yes, yes, I got you there.
Yeah. You see that pursuit? That's what I'm saying. Hey, Carnivore Sky. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Pursuit. Here's the thing though, Pursuit. Here's the
okay.
thing.
No,
No,
you
I'm
say
finna
it
tell you. Here's
because
the
I'll
thing.
turn around. No,
Here's
no,
the thing,
no.
Pursuit.
Because
No,
you get on
stop,
that
stop,
ship and you run straight over there to the watermelon.
stop. Pursuit. Here's the thing. It can't come from me. It can't come from me. I can tell you a specific person. I can name a specific person. If it came from them, boy, she'll knock out the park. But it can't come from me. And unfortunately, that's the way it is in a lot of relationships. It's the information that's right there in front of you. You don't want to hear that.
See that? Listen, no, it's okay. Wait
You
a
don't want to
minute.
hear that.
So there's just something I think I would have figured out hot sauce on my own uh if they hadn't created it yet. I would have been the inventor of hot sauce. I would have found that. It's just something really good about hot sauce. And another thing that I have not given up is jalapeno peppers. So periodically I will stuff them with cream cheese and wrap them in bacon. I think since I've been carnivore, I will say that I have probably fixed that 6 times, 7 max. What else? If we're out, the jalapenos that's like on the counter, I just eat them. But I eat them right out the jar. My mouth is starting to water just thinking about them. This
Yep.
happens in our
Kind of what
relationship.
Scott. Yes, kind of what Scott. They don't want to hear us.
Very good. Come on. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. See, never give up the pepper. There's gonna be something. That's the wonderful part about this diet. So what I'm trying to do, I know what my body feels like if I drink a flavored electrolyte. I know how things feel. What I don't know is how it feels to be on the lion diet. So I said I'm gonna go ahead and try this Monday live on our show. I am going to do my measurements. Uh, I was actually supposed to do them on this last show, or even I might even get you to do them, Frederick, before just to make sure that I get them right. I might let you do it, but I know you leave, and so you won't be here on Monday's show. But I might not be the only one that don't have a partner at home. So I want you to see that, yes, you still can do your measurements. So we're going to do it. You have this. Even if you never do your measurements again for a whole nother year, on this day, you know what your measurements were. And y'all, if you're not where you want to be, if you're just starting on this diet, please take pictures. Take some pictures. Don't, it's like, quit being shy of the camera, because, and here's why. When that weight fall off, baby, you're going to want to show them pictures. I'm telling you, look, right now, you're going to want to show them pictures. And Lord knows, I got some, I have one picture that I have that I use, my daughter sent me a message talking about, good, Craig, looked like you were struggling to hold the phone up, because I had row after row. That arm was like this right here. That was when I was 260. Yeah. And so it probably is. He's talking about some activity. You have to do movement. You have to. And I'm speaking from the sofa. I know how important movement is. I just don't move enough. I'm just being honest. I do not move enough. I've been starting, and I think what got me is that I went to the gym with a personal trainer 7 days a week, 6 months straight, and I had lost 10 pounds. But I
You're
wasn't
taking that
on
out
a
of
carnivore
context.
diet.
You taking this out of
I
context. It's
said
out
I
of
wasn't on a
context.
carnivore diet.
Right, but
And
it's
you're
still
not
out of
getting ready to come
context.
in here and say, because I was eating what I wanted to eat. I was eating small portions, sir. I was doing what they told me out there, is that it's it I was doing what they said, eat in moderation, that word from the devil. So I was doing all of those different things.
All right.
And that's fine, Bliss. That's fine. Because later on, that's how, a lot of times, that's how you feel now. In 10 years from now, you don't know how, but you will have it. No, I hadn't seen that, to measure your, well, I don't have a lot of, my fat is mostly the inner thigh and right here. Yeah, and it's like, if you have stairs, make it your mission to walk your stairs. I don't have an excuse. I just don't do it. I have a treadmill. I have a portable stepper. We got a weight bench. We got a few free weights. It ain't like I'm trying to lift no 100, 200 pounds anyway. So I got the yoga ball. I got the yoga mat. I got a lot of things. Got a sweatsuit. I have a lot of stuff. This just has not caught up with me yet. I keep saying to myself, because I am an excellent food manipulator, I can do that. And so, because of that, I rely on what I'm putting in. But the older that I get, I understand that it's my muscles that's going to help me stay moving. It's going to help me get from one place to another. It's going to help me on the dance floor, because I'm telling you, baby, they ain't even made the TikToks and reels when wait time like 70, 75, 80, 85, acting like this right here.
All
Y'all,
right. All right. All right.
you
Carnivore
will.
Scott. No, I haven't seen Dr. Sean O'Mara on measuring body fat lying down, but I used to measure my body fat with a caliper, but I've never looked at it from a lying position. So
Oh,
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
listen,
Bliss, she always talked about um we try to be transparent as much as possible. But a lot of times my wife will say stuff and there's a bigger picture there. And I just want her, because I've been saying stuff to her for a long time, but
Now
it
he
takes
getting to the
somebody
truth.
else. Now it takes somebody else to say something to her, and she'll listen when I've been telling her the exact same thing. So a lot of her defeats in the past hasn't been from what she was doing. It was what she had stopped or hadn't stopped doing. So, and I see that even now, with 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 what we're doing with the carnivore diet, she's made tremendous progress. But then it's like there's a threshold. She's like, okay, I ain't going beyond that point. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. This is where I'm going to stay, and that's fine. And
It
that's
can't
fine if
be
that's where
fine
she
if you
wants to
still
stay.
talking. It
No,
can't
you're the
be
one. You're the one with these goals, and I'm trying to help you reach your goal. You ain't gonna reach your goal unless you change something about what you're doing, because you plateaued pretty
I
much
just
where
told you
you
I'm
want.
living to 125. I'm gonna be 125 years old. Trust and
Okay,
believe.
I'm leaving here at 120, so you're gonna be 5 years by yourself.
Oh, that's fine. Watch them 5 years. I'm gonna have somebody out. Let me see. They
Oh
should have been on the corner. I'm gonna get somebody about 50. I'll be
gosh.
110.
Oh man. All right, so we need to let's
Yeah,
see.
we are. We are. I appreciate it. All right. So I love the fact that a lot of you are going to join us on the Lion's Diet. Us, not meaning Frederick. He's already a lion, but the ladies on the panel on Mondays at 7 p.m. We're here. I'm live with a group of ladies, and we're all getting ready to do the Lion Diet, and I'm doing it for the sole purpose to see the difference that cutting the other meats and everything out. Um, excuse me. I'm looking to see if at the end of these 29 days, will I have not so much even cravings for other meats, have a taste for, you know what, I think I want a pork chop or something like that, or I want pork belly bites. I'm just going to see if having beef, ruminant meat. So I doubt if it's going to be like that, because it's not like I'm just going to eat beef. I'll do some lamb. I'm going to look for some goat. Um, uh, as a matter of fact, I think your cousin bringing us some deer. Uh, That's it, girl. You better know it. He already know. He called me a cougar now, and I'm younger than him, but that's okay. That's a whole nother story. He mess around and leave up out of here. Gonna be a line all around the block. Yeah, that old lady over there. Man, you wouldn't believe. I told you somebody 23 was hollering at me yesterday or day before yesterday in the store. Can't let me go nowhere. Yeah.
They'll send you back. I am not worried about that at all. Whoever take you, they'll send you back, and they'll pay me to take you back. I'm not worried
They
about that at
would. They
all.
would. They
I'm the
would.
only one that can deal with you. So
I know it. I know it. They would. They would. Oh my goodness. Yeah. They sure would pay you, give you some money to keep me, and give you a love offer.
yeah.
So,
All right.
well, we got a question,
So
and then we're gonna get out. I thought you was reading. Is you reading it?
oh, okay. This kind of what Scott. Is there a possibility the person who has changed a lot with a goal, weight might be somewhat over focused on that number? It may
Oh
be
yeah.
that needs to be addressed from a health view, not numbers.
This is
Yeah, we talked about that. It's not all about weight. It's one of the things we talked about. It's also about your body transforming. And part of this whole process will be your body becoming optimal for your height and your bone structure, right? Which may not be identical to someone else's, right? So yeah, I totally agree. And that's why, with my wife, she has a medium bone structure. I think I don't think she's
I,
big bone.
no,
So
I
I
ain't
think
no
she
big
can
bone.
get down. I think she can get down.
Yeah.
But there's some people who can't. I mean, I have a small bone structure, so there's some guys that are my height can be bigger than me. But I think I think I think optimally, we have to get within the range that's best for us, and that's not necessarily weight. I do agree.
Okay. So 10 years ago, I had said by the time I turned 50, I was going to be 130 pounds. And so that didn't happen. So now I'm turning 60, and I said by his birthday in December of last year, I was going to be 150 pounds. I made it much more realistic. And when I made that, just like when I did it when I was turning 50, I wasn't a carnivore. And so intermittent fasting did help out in the beginning. I will say that. But at that point, I was still eating whatever it is that I want to eat, and I had a like a 2 hour window where I just constantly ate. Right? Okay, but I was still eating the wrong things, and I was still on medication and all of that. Now, this is one of the things that uh one. I'm just laughing because he talking about his bone structure is a cross between Chewbacca and Andre the Giant. Uh, Yes. And so now that's one of the things that I talked about is that in July, I turned 60. And so, with that being said, I wanted to be 125. And then that's when I said, am I concentrating more on the number now than I am how I'm feeling and all of that? And that's where I did agree with that. And then that's where we came up, well, I'm gonna exercise and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. None of that got done consistently. So now I'm saying, health wise, let me see what, because two things have happened to me since I've been carnivore. Removed all medication, but I ended up with uh, a cyst, for lack of a better word, uh, under my arm, and then across my chest, I broke out. I, so I know I'm on the best diet that I could be on. And so for next month, I want to see how these two areas. Now, my chest isn't broken out right now, and it hasn't been. Uh, but I want to see the longevity in it. And if I drop some pounds, okay, fine. If not, I'm good with where I am. If this is where I would stay, because I can move my body around. And I think I look decent in my clothes. Well, I always thought I looked decent in my clothes. Frederick would say I was like Shallow Hal. I would look in the mirror, I saw one thing, everybody else saw something else. So I just, do you eat a lot of eggs? It all depends. If like one week I might turn around and have 1 to 2 eggs a day. And then all of a sudden I don't want an egg at all. So
All right, Ray. I need to.
and I believe that's what it oh, you had put that up. And I believe that that's what that is something I feel that's in the lymph node. It is going down. And I'm just going to see if my body go ahead and absorbs it and gets rid of it, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Girl, you gonna get rid of it, but it most of it is gonna be the diet. So starting tomorrow, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Oh, I normally have 2 yolks and 1 white. Yeah, I do two
Yeah.
yolks and 1 white. All right. Thank you guys for spending this time with us. I love the Wednesdays. I remember, check this out. I remember when we first started the channel and we got to 1,000 subscribers. And Plum was her name. She had something else in it, but I always remember Plum. She had reached out to me and said, "You should go live and celebrate." I said, "Girl, I don't know how to go live on YouTube." Well, look at here. So now we are actually going live, having conversations and stuff with the people. That's what today is all about, asking questions, relationship building, the whole 9 yards. So I appreciate, we really do, for each and every one of you. We thank you guys hanging with the Browns. We share our life. This is pretty much what you see is what you get with us. This is it. And we have no hard feelings behind it. That's what I love. We share and we share with y'all.
All
Now,
right.
tomorrow, I have a live from 12 to 1. There's a young lady, Misty J. She did her 30 days. She's sticking with it. She was one of the ladies that worked with me as I was putting together my pamphlet. For those that don't know, down in the description of this video are the links that Dr. Chafee gave on the studies for where the people lied and all of that, that you can do some research on it. The Amazon store is down there. That is like the MCT oil, the strips, different things that I use, the castor oil. A lot of those little tabs are under there as well. And I did a menu. I'm real concerned with people in their first 30 days. Once you've been in this for a while, then you jump in like how we jumping in now. If you want to go, baby, you can. And we jumping in and how you are doing. And you have some issues. We help each other out in the comment section. I think that is phenomenal. We help each other out in the comment section. Then that way, like for instance, he was talking about the blocked lymph node. We help each other. And that's the great part about this. But something about them first 30 days. One of the things that I notice is about your first 7 days. That's when you turn around and you will start thinking about, but at the end of this 30 days, I know one young lady, she said, at the end of 30 days, I think I'm having me a milkshake. You because you cannot believe that you're eating only meat. And so as you start moving forward with that, them first 30 days, I think that is like the biggest thing. You're going to detox. You might have severe headaches, fatigue. I want to be there to help you. I want to be that person that you talk to. And it's like, look, I'm feeling like this and been there, done that. This is how we're going to get through it. So I did. I put together some information and I give that away for free. So down in the description of most of my videos, you'll see a questionnaire for you to fill out. And then once I get those answers are for you. Then I'll send you the information. But I'm actually having it, I'll still send it to you, but I'm having it revamped right now. My niece has a company and she was like, your colors don't match. Okay, so she's taking care of it. So if it's something you're interested in, like I said, that information is down in the comments. We love and appreciate all of you. Peace out. Bye, guys. Appreciate you.